Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome. So excited to be here back with you. I've been off for a little bit, been under the weather, still recovering, but here we are. So I have a question for you. Have you given up on your goals, right? You have thrown in the towel or you've lost hope because every time that you find yourself just getting going, feeling committed, you sabotage everything that is going well. Well, I want you to stay right here because I am going to be sharing with you tips on how to stop self-sabotaging and also be able to share a new way of looking at this that just might change everything forever. My name is Shari, Alyse, also known as America's Joy Magnet, and I help those who feel stuck in their lives, who feel stuck in the obstacles and the setbacks, to be able to once again see their possibilities, feel hope, so that you can live a life of meaning, connection, and joy. If you're watching live with me today, say hello in the comments. Make sure that you let me know where you are watching from because I love to see what parts of the world we are touching. I'm going to go ahead and look here for the comments. I don't know if I see any yet, but I want to know right now, who here is a self-proclaimed sabotager? Just go ahead and put in the comments, sabotager. And it's okay. There's nothing to feel bad about. So many of us do it, and I'm going to explain to you why we do it, and I'm going to shift your thinking on this. If you're in denial and you blame everyone else for things why they don't succeed, go ahead and put in the comments, blamer. Either one, once again, is okay. So what I want to share today, let's talk a little bit about why we sabotage, right? So first we're going to talk a little bit about a brain. Your brain, our brains are like little reptilian brains, right? They want to stick to routine. Anytime that anything is from the unknown or outside of what we know, we want to pull ourselves back and do what we know because it feels safe, right? Our brains naturally want to conserve energy, and anything that takes it away, which means things that are not in routine, it stops us from doing it, right? So we often sabotage because we don't feel safe in this new unknown. So you're just starting these new habits. You're just getting close to what it is that you want. You're finally going after everything. And then you find yourself back to repeating the same patterns. If you know what I'm talking about, put in the comments. Yes, I did this for the longest time until I started understanding more of why I did it. And here's the thing, I'm going to let you off the hook. Our little saboteurs, those little guys that come in and start judging or having you procrastinate or ruining relationships, whatever that looks like, they think that they are protecting you. Most of our saboteurs have, hey, Chrissy, good to see you. I'm finally seeing some comments. Hello. Hey, Art, nice to see you too. So, hey, Deborah. So what happens is that they think that they're protecting us, right? And they developed in childhood because of the things that we learned that we needed to survive and to succeed. We don't have an entire day to talk more about that. I'll share with you more about how you can learn more about this. But for now, just know that your saboteurs, these things that come in and try to get you to repeat those old patterns, the negative thinking, the toxic patterns, they're there because they feel that they are trying to protect you and help you. So I'll give you a couple of examples of what that might look like, and then I'm going to share with you some tips on how we can stop the sabotage. So if you want to know about these tips, say, yes, I want to know, Shari, because we're about to get there. So here's the thing. If in the past that you've been hurt, right, or you have failed at something, what naturally is going to happen is that you're going to start to avoid the things that could possibly make you feel those feelings again, right? The thing that made you feel disappointed, the thing that made you feel discouraged, the person, the situation, or the event that made you feel that way, right? So you're going to avoid that. And what does avoiding look like? Avoiding looks like procrastination. Avoiding looks like not staying committed to something. It looks like, ending a relationship first before the other person does because you want to avoid that hurt. So avoidance is one of the saboteurs that come in. Another one, I'd love to know who here is guilty of what we call shiny object syndrome. right? It's like you're doing one thing and then suddenly, oh, no, that's what I want to do. That looks better, right? It's someone that feels easily restless. So you find yourself often going from one thing to the next, very easily distracted. There's always that next thing that you want to do. And often you could tell yourself, hey, I'm just living life fully, right? Like there's only one life to live. Life is short. I'm going to do it all. Here's the thing about that. One of the reasons why we do that is because we try to avoid staying in the present with one thing, because what happens is that we know that staying present, there's a lot of stuff that's going to come up. So we keep ourselves busy, we keep ourselves distracted so that we don't have to feel those feelings. And ultimately, if you find yourself doing lots of little things, you never end up doing that one thing that you really want to be committed to. Hey, Craig. So ultimately, you don't finish stuff. So these are just a couple of the saboteurs that might show up in your life. There's so many. There's, you know, the hypervigilant one. There's the stickler who's really the perfectionist. I've known that. I've been that. I deal with that. And so what happens is that we really just need to become mindful and begin to understand our patterns and our thinking. When do these things show up? What are we thinking right before we take action or don't take action, right before we repeat that pattern? When you can get clear on when that is and what that looks like, that's when you can start actually facing them and learning how to deal with them. So the first tip in learning to stop sabotaging is to understand your patterns and your thinking. Here's the thing about the saboteurs, right? Is what I told you from the beginning. They want to protect us. They just want us to feel safe. And so the most important thing that we must do as we are working towards our goals, going through these things, you know, trying out new things, being in new relationships, risking our heart, we want to make sure that we feel safe within our own selves, within our own minds, within our own bodies. And a way to do that, of course, that I talk about all the time with my clients, I speak about on stages, is the ways that we express self-love, how we speak to ourselves, how compassionate you are with yourself. So as you're trying these new things or working towards these goals, whatever this looks like for you, you want to speak kindly to yourself. You want to encourage yourself along the way. You want to make yourself feel that it is safe to be in this new place, in this new unknown. The more and more that you're able to do that, the more that you will stay committed in that moment, because it's not going to feel so scary, because you know that you're going to have yourself to rely on. If this is all making sense, put a yes in the comments so I know that I'm not just talking to myself here. Another tip is that we want to retrain our brain, right? So if we are doing things every single day that are positive, that make us feel more safe, more secure, more confident, more optimistic, what happens is that our brain will start to feel like where we are is okay. It's okay to go here. It's okay to be here in this place. It's okay to take that risk, because every day you're retraining your brain to take new steps. It's like creating these new neural pathways in our brains. Our brains are used to going down this way, and we're going to say, no, it's okay to go that way. So you want to take small positive habits every day. Do new things, one new thing every day that makes you feel good. 2 more tips, and then I'm going to share with you how you can learn more about this and explore it. And I'm so excited about it. Okay. Chuck says, guilty with all of them. Freedom, just word until you supplied it, courage and love. So the other thing is that you want to give what it is that you're doing or going after, you want to give it meaning, right? Like so often we haven't placed the meaning underneath it, like why we want something. And unless you have a deep connection to why you're doing it, why it's important to you, you're going to end up sabotaging it because it's not going to be that meaningful to you. But if you remember why it is that you want this particular thing and you're going after it, you will find yourself more committed, more loyal, more showing up for it every single day. So give it meaning. Give it meaning, and not just a superficial one like, oh, I want to fit into a size, whatever pair of jeans. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but maybe the meaning under getting fit is that you want to feel more powerful in your own skin, right? And then the last tip that I'll say is ask yourself, what is the cost of not doing this? What is the cost of sabotaging this, right? What will you lose or what will you fail to gain if you do not take on this new habit, if you do not stay committed to whatever that goal is or staying in that scary place? Because what happens is that we often look at the short-term goal and, it feels easier to not do this. And we end up finding in the long run that we never got what it was that we ultimately wanted, and that hurts us more in the long run. So here we go. You're welcome. No problem. 5 things, 5 tips. Understand your patterns in thinking. Speak kindly to yourself and encourage yourself. Number 3, retrain your brain with small positive habits every day. Number 4, give it meaning. Remember your why as to why you want to do it. And then the last one is, what is the cost? Ask yourself, what is the cost of not doing this? What will I lose? What will I gain? So as I mentioned in the beginning, I am so excited because there are so many different types of saboteurs and reasons why these show up in our lives and the different ways that we want to protect ourselves. And starting January 17th of 2022, I am teaching a program called Spark of Hope. Hope stands for holding on to possibilities every day. And we are going to explore what stands in your way, right? We're going to identify what your personal saboteurs are. What are your beliefs and what are your values and why are you not sticking to what it is? And I'm going to share with you how to take massive inspired action in your life. So whether it's a career you want, right? Whether it's a relationship that you want to be in, whether it's better health, more money, more inner peace, whatever that is, it is time for you to get it and to claim it. And I'm going to share with you 6 personal steps to transformation. So if this sounds like something that you want to explore in depth with me, I want you to put in the comments below the word hope. And I will make sure that you get on my VIP invite list. So as soon as the information comes out and the doors open, you can be a part of it. It is time, I promise you, that you can do this. And it is time that you stop putting off all the things in your life that have meaning, all of the joy that you could possibly feel, because you don't know how to explore it. You don't know what's stopping you. You're allowing the mental habits and the negative thinking to take over. I understand this because I was you. And now my life is transformed and I am going to share it with you. So that's it today. I hope that this served you. I know it's been a long one, but I wanted to make sure that you received as much value as possible. If this inspired you in any way, if you learned something, if there's someone in your life that you want to share it with, please send this on to them. We don't have to be controlled by these saboteurs, by the ones that try to remind us that we're not good enough or judge us or judge other people, judge our value, all of those things that show up in our lives. It's time to take our power back, and I cannot wait to guide you through 6 weeks of transformation so that we can bring back the possibilities, power, and potential back to you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Again, don't forget to put hope in the comments if you want to learn more about my program, and stay connected with me at ShariAlyse.com. You can sign up for my joy letters there. They come out every single week and you can stay connected to me. Have a most beautiful rest of your day. I will let you know when I will be live next. I think it's going to be on Thursday, but I haven't fully decided. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I love you.